Hello, everyone of the sign of Sagittarius. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I'm here with your astrology for March 2026. I hope you enjoy it. Now, thank you for everybody that's part of this family. I greatly appreciating all that loving support that you are sending in this direction. I hope you enjoy it for your in return for your greatest good and divine purpose. For all you guys that are new, let me give you the rundown on how this works. I like astrology. I know that astrology affects all the tarot. So I go through 4 events in the astrology using some oracle cards so that you know how it's going to affect you. And then after that, I will be using regular tarot for the final message. I hope you enjoy. Yes, I am congested, so just keep that in mind. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at is March 3rd. Now, there is a total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. This is really interesting for those that have been watching these. I usually set this up a month ahead of time so that I can go through the run through so you guys are prepared for the following month. And I look at the astrology. So last month, the eclipse was supposed to be in the sign of Taurus. And now it's in the sign of Virgo. So that tells me I timeline jumped again. And for those that have been here a while, you realize this is the reason why I like astrology. It lets me know when I change dimensions, um, especially when things like this happen. I've almost done all the run through. I just have you, Sagittarius, and the sign of Capricorn left to do. And I think it's important that it was just you two left to do. And now we're going to be talking about the full moon in Virgo and the eclipse in Virgo and not the one in Taurus. It being in Virgo is talking about your executive functioning skills. So I guess you had a way of self-sabotaging Sagittarius. In other words, like you had a lot of plans, you had a lot of things to do, but you didn't know how to organize yourself to make it happen. And that's really normal for a Sagittarian because you guys have a lot of things in your mind. You're like the wise people of the zodiac. And it seems like something like that is going to be phasing out. But to let us know exactly how it's affecting our lives, I'm going to use this blind spot deck. These have sigils. They're pictures that you use in meditative practices to help you clear out some energy. I'm going to be holding up the card so that you know you can use it in your meditative practice. Maybe you can screenshot it. But besides that, I'll let you know what it's all about, okay? So let's see how this is going to affect you specifically, Sagittarius, on March 3rd, this eclipse. What is it going to be affecting your life? And we have 2 of them that flew out. The first one is number 51. Let me hold it up so you can see it. Here it is. And number 51 says, belief. So it's something in a belief system that you have. And that's crazy because I do believe fundamental belief systems are the ones that are going to be really strongly affected by this moon. And the second one is number 8. I think I got this from another sign. Number 8 is bypassing. Okay. I'm going to read number 51 first. I already know number 8 because I had it for another sign. And this is crazy. So number 51, if you draw the sigil in this situation, it is a belief that you are not seeing clearly enough that is the charge of you that is in charge of you at this time. That is in charge of you at this time. Sorry, just keep in mind I have a cold and I'm working through it. There is nothing more dangerous than belief. A belief is a cognitive bypass. And mind you, the other one is bypassing. Okay? A belief can cause someone to start a war, kill themselves, ruin relationships, never go for what they really want, or do all the wrong things for themselves or someone else, thinking that what they are doing is right. This list goes on and on. This is interesting because of spiritual bypassing. The other one is bypassing, and I'll read that one from the book too, just so that you know I'm not lying to you. It says, when you draw the sigil, what you do not see is that you are bypassing in this situation. Bypassing is a coping mechanism that leads you to believe that actual resolution has taken place when it hasn't. Bypassing or whitewashing, right, is the act of using belief to avoid, mind you, belief is on there. These are together. like they're playing back and forth with each other, believed to avoid facing or healing someone's painful feelings, unresolved wounds, or unmet needs. It is a state of avoidance. So you're avoiding something because it is a state of avoidance. Because it is a state of avoidance, it is a state of resistance. Okay. Long story short, you've been avoiding something. You've been giving an excuse why you're avoiding it. You say it's because that person's toxic, that situation's toxic. This I'm protecting myself, blah blah blah. You fill in the blank, okay? But it's because you're scared. And you're scared because there's a belief that you have behind the thing you're avoiding. Like, let's say I'm not talking to this person because they're toxic. Every single time I talk to them, all they do is bring me drama, blah blah blah, whole mess of stuff. But then maybe the problem is that when you talk to this person, you are reminded about things about yourself that are not okay, that you have to deal with. And if you're not talking to this person, then you don't have to deal with that part of yourself, because then you can avoid it because it feels better. Does that make sense? So, or if you're thinking esoterically, I don't talk to demons, let's say, because demons are evil, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff. But then that can be spiritual bypassing, where the spirit, your spiritual guides that you had from before, or how you grew up, made you believe that those were evil, when they actually use, I want to say, the whip instead of the feather to teach you something by making you relive your trauma until you get yourself out of it, because you're opening the door to it. So everything in this world, there is no good, there is no bad. And I know that people are going to be crazy about this. And yes, everybody can take it to extremes, etc., etc. But really, energy is just energy, is flowing. It's either teaching you in a way that is passive, or it's teaching you in a way that is aggressive. But both ways, it's teaching you. And that's why, like, let's say Buddhism, for example, says that you shouldn't fight your demons. You should accept them and try to see what it is that they are showing you regarding a wound that you have in yourself that is holding you back. And that is kind of like what I'm seeing here. Your avoidance, you know how they say, oh, you really are not a procrastinator. That's a way of avoidance, because you're scared of something. So it can be something simple like you're not studying for a test that you should, because it's easier for you to think that you're way too busy to study for it. And then that way you're not self-sabotaging, is because your life is so busy. When you can really find time for it, you just don't want to fail. Because then you think, well, then that means that I'm not good enough or something. You know, it can be something really big, like spiritual. It can be really small, like a test. Okay? But there's that's going on here. And you're going to awaken that inside of yourself and kind of break that unhealthy pattern that comes from a belief. The next thing we have is Venus entering Aries. It starts on March 8th. Thank God and hallelujah, because Venus in Pisces has been shit. People have been fantasizing things. And when Venus is in Aries, we're more practical. And when it comes to the approach of our love, we're more masculine, right? Feminine energy is like, oh no, Prince Charming is going to save the day. And Aries is like, okay, if I need to meet Prince Charming, I literally have to get out of the house and I have to go to places so that Prince Charming can meet me. So it's more practical, more masculine, and more direct in the things that they want. And then the thing is that we also have Saturn in Neptune in Aries. So now your heart's desire is linking up with your discipline, which maybe helps up with this spiritual bypassing that we're seeing here, and your subconscious mind telling you, yes, this is you, this is truly you, and this is what we're going to do with this. So it feels very, very positive. All right. Let's see how this is going to be affecting you. So funny you got that bypassing. And that belief, because it's like both of them work one with the other. So one was saying your problem is this one, and this one's saying your problem is this one. So it's like they're connected. A bypassing thing that you have due to a belief system that you have. So crazy how we're so linked, you know. March 8th. The first thing that comes out is gossip, spreading rumors, potty conversations, smear campaign, making you a fool. Okay, that with escape, avoidance, blocking, pushing away, hiding. And the third is obsession, holding on, clinging on, can't let you go, anxiety. Okay, so the big thing about the 8th of March. You know, this whole spiritual bypassing, blah, 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 whole mess of stuff, it feels like an energetic connection. Now, about energetic connections, when something's energetically connected to you, right? This spiritual bypassing of beliefs, the whole mess of stuff, you go back to that if you want to hear it. You have, like, I want to say, a magnet in you that is drawing things to validate that belief system, right? So it's like sticky tape. Like, they're showing me, you know, that thing that they have for bugs outside that is like a piece of tape and it's like sticky and the bugs get stuck on it. And that's what's happening, right? So though you don't want to believe that belief system, it seemed like everything came and stuck to it and said it was true, it was true, it was true. And it kept happening. The thing that was affecting you strongly was evil tongue, the evil eye, right? This is people being jealous of you. This is people being spiteful of you, etc. And this negative energy that they're sending kept getting stuck, right, to this sticky tape that you had. This thing coming off of you, now when they start sending the evil eye and they start talking all this shit and whatever, it's not sticking to you anymore. It's sliding off. Because your true essence is coming through. Because this was something that shouldn't have been stuck to you to begin with. So it feels good because it feels like this moon will allow for the dark, gossipy, evil tongue, evil eye energy that's been sabotaging you up to now to no longer have a negative effect on you. The third thing that we have here is March 10th. This one's big because this one is Jupiter's retrograde comes to an end. We've been stuck in fucking limbo since November. It's like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up and wait. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up and wait. Like, we kept trying and trying and nothing seems to stick because of this being in retrograde. It's a time of karma shift. Okay, lots of people will be receiving some serious karma during this time. But let's see how it's going to be affecting you. I also heard over intellectualization. You guys can look up what that means, but in a royal gist is like you use your mind to excuse behavior of things around you. And let me see March 10th. Some kind of commitment. We have the ring. We have innocence and children. And we have the snake. Oh, I'm not sure what that's all about. And the bottom is the house. So this is something that's the temple of your body. This one's big. I just don't know what the hell that's all about. Let's see. What is this? Because this looks like a spiritual contract, right? Okay, so this, I need you to open your mind. Open your mind for this. I don't know if you've ever heard of like being married to a spirit, right? Like they say they do this a lot in a lot of belief systems where they put you in a contract and they marry you off to a spirit. And sometimes they're malignant spirits and they do it so that they can, the family, the house, right, can benefit from it. And I've heard this a lot too, like in I'm not going to say, but anyways, but what happens is that, so one person becomes the black sheep, the scapegoat, the one that all the bad things happen to, while the rest of the community lifts themselves up because of that spiritual contract that they have. And this looks like a marriage to a dark entity that happened when you were in, you being innocent, like the small child energy, right? Now, if we're talking 3D-ish, right? Because not everybody is into the esoteric, but if you're not, I don't understand why you're even here. But if you're not, this would relate to you like you being, you innocently connecting to a person that is negative in your life, right? So let's say making friends with a person that's like a gossiper and talks behind your back and starting to sabotage you. Let's say that's getting married to a person that is a narcissist and obsessing, and you're only wanting to escape from this person, that kind of energy, okay? But this feels like a spiritual contract, like a marriage. Page of Cups. Page of Cups is this is a something that's going to be revealed to you that's going to freaking shock you. We have the Queen of Swords, but it's knowledge that you need so you can cut something out of your life. Hierophant, and it's about a spiritual group that you were attached to. You know, just a side note, this can be baptism. I don't know if you guys know, right? But baptism is a marriage that you get put into, especially if you're in certain religions that they do them when you're a child, right? That binds you to a certain entity. We have the moon card. You weren't even, yeah, like something you didn't even freaking know about. And then we have the the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That literally made you not free and also made you broke. I'm telling you, somebody here was a scapegoat. And the Wheels of Fortune is in the end, and that's what's going to change. I mean, when I say that somebody's going to receive karma, they're going to receive karma. And the Magician is in the bottom. This was all magic. And see, people have this preconceived notion that like religious cults, religious groups like Catholic, Judaism, Islam, all of them, Buddhism, blah, blah, blah. You think that's not a cult? That is a magical cult. Okay? And if you have a right, like I know some that they put invisible tattoos on people as a binding to the entity of that religious group. There is the anointings, there is rites that you go through. And you're thinking this is just cultural, just normal. No, these are religious cults. You are binding yourself to a certain entity. This is also true for people that do the ayahuasca. That is an entity that you're aligning to. Okay? You're not opening up to the different realms. You're binding yourself to a spirit and that frequency. That's the same with pot. That's the same with alcohol. Anything that distorts your neurons, okay, it is a binding contract to a spirit. You will see through the eyes of that spirit. So keep that in mind, because Catholicism is the same. You are seeing through the eyes of the spirit, which is the God that they say is God. But this looks like you're breaking free from it. All right. Then the last thing I want to look into is March 26th, where the moon conjuncts, the moon in Taurus conjuncts Jupiter in Cancer. So this is the bull breaking down that wall so you can move forward. Okay. I want to see what it's breaking down. Everything fell from my hands, you guys. I feel like everything is falling from these people's hands. I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm this sick right before that that eclipse. The first thing we have is the festival, creating an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. I think, hold on, let me just. The next one is safe and happy travels. This is the Wheel of Fortune, protection from harm when journeying. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. I feel like what I'm seeing here is that for the 26th of March, you're breaking free from this contract, and that's the festival. You know, the rites and the rituals that they did to bind you to this energy. You're removing and you're able to move forward so that you can be whole again. There was something that was taken from you when they did that, and that's coming back. Let me see what else the cards want to tell you. Mind you, I started the deck with the Ace of Cups and the the Ten of Coins. That's like fully receiving your inheritance, mind you. And we have the Ten of Wands. I think it's a headache that these people are going to have from that. Sorry for the yawn, but my ears are kind of clogged from this cold. We have the World card. A cycle that's closing up. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins. Nine of Cups. I want to say Pentacles and Coins at the same time. Shut up. That is literally this card that was upside down. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, not being free, being tied down, being free now. But the wish is that you want it to be free, and you're getting free. Then we have the Knight of Cups, and I want to see why that comes up because I don't really like that. And then we have the Strength card and the Three of Coins. So then once you break free, and then we have the Three of Sticks. That's interesting. 333 3 3. No, it's only two threes. Why do I see 333? Because that's the triple moon. 1 second. Tell me the Knight of Cups. Four of Coins. Tell me the 333. Why am I seeing that? King of Coins and the King of Sticks. Okay, look at. This is what I'm seeing. So you're getting yourself free, and here comes the little group again, trying to convince you that you should be still part of this group. And what I'm seeing with the Strength card is, no, I'm healed now. I don't need to be part of this group to feel whole because 333, I'm feeling whole now. All parts of myself are coming to myself, and I'm looking for a new opportunity, which isn't you anymore. But they want to retain you. That's why the Four of Coins. Because right now what's coming to you is this two energies. And now we need all four suits of the king to be the emperor. But right here, you're getting back your power and you're getting back your finances, your abundance, your spiritual inheritance. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card and we have the Knight of Blades. This is happening, and it's happening quickly and clearly. They're seeing it. And then we have the Death to the Moon. So the death to the lie, the distortion that we see here, and the Teacher and the Hierophant. So I'm seeing the end of things that were hidden that kept you lost. And it's because of the fact that you were aligned to, because of this, I feel like the spiritual marriage that you had that should have never happened. I feel like you're going to get the opportunity to enter into some new commitments, some new roles, some new things, like getting back pieces of you. I mean, this legit feels like they bound your gifts by binding you to this God, right? This spiritual guru, this teacher, this thing that's supposed to be protecting you, but instead it was taken from you. I don't know. This is interesting. It's a little strange, but I guess it's for those that are more spiritually inclined, because this isn't like normal. And as I'm looking at these two now with what I just finished saying, I feel like it might be that you weren't spiritually bypassing, right? It might be that you were made not to see, so you couldn't see. And it's because of that belief that you were bypassing, because they blinded you. A side note that just came to me in the end here. And I guess that's just like for the two of you that actually have the attention span to stay until the end. I know I keep harping on it, but so many people are giving up their power because they can't have attention for more than 5 minutes. So thank you for being here. Remember that I'm starting the series of the meditation groups. They're in my website. You can check that out. If you get them all at once, there's 9 classes. They come out to like $19 a piece. If you go each one individually, it's like $25. So it's better. Only for people in person and in live. I do not do things online. Okay. I also have a class that's going to be a master class to help you with manifestation. It's going to include all the materials and all the things that's in also in my shop that you can see online in my website. Go to the website, check out the things that I have to offer. Okay. I hope this helps you.